Do you see how excited I get to shoot these videos for you? Welcome back to my channel. If you've just bumped into this channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment below, and give this video a thumbs up. Let's also interact on social media. I'm K2 Tiara on Instagram, and I'm also K2 Tiara on Twitter. We are growing. We are finally over 100 subscribers, so thank you so much for the love, for the support, all of that and everything in between. Today's video, we are talking about questions to ask or potential host parents during your interview period as an au pair. When I became an au pair, they told me, ask questions, but I didn't know what to ask. I'm like, but what do I ask? And once I was an au pair, there were things that were happening and I was like, oh, I wish I would have asked this and that. So today, I'm making a video for you if you're in the process of applying to be an au pair, or even if you're applying to extend with a different family. These are some of the questions I think are important. Questions to ask your potential host family. Let's get into it. So these questions are not in any particular order. Okay, so first question. So I'm looking down on my notes so I don't forget all the important information for you guys. So the very first question, ask about your schedule. Ask your potential host family about your schedule. How long do you work? Monday to Friday? Do you work weekends? Also ask about your duties. Do you have to do laundry? Do you have to cook? Do you have to make the kids' beds? Or, what sort of duties or responsibilities does your host family expect from you? Okay? And second question, ask about the neighborhood. The neighborhood that you're moving to, ask about it. What is the community like? Are there other au pairs in the neighborhood? And how far is the mall? And if you're someone who likes to go to church, how far is the church? The kind of church that you are interested in. Is there such a church in that area? How far are restaurants? And how good is the public system in that area? And how far is the closest au pair? Or how far is your LCC from where you live? Next question. Ask about the au pair's bedroom. The bedroom that will potentially be yours for 6, 12 or 9 months. Ask about what's in the bedroom, a bed, maybe a table and chair, TV, does the TV have cable, or whatever other things that you personally prefer to have in your bedroom. Also ask if they can send you pictures of the bedroom, or they can show you in a video when you have a Skype call with them, if they can go into the room and show you around. That might not sound like it's important during your interview process, but once you move there are certain things that you will wish you knew before you move there. So knowing beforehand will be very helpful, trust me. Next question. Ask about pets. Does your host family have any pets? Any dogs, any cats, birds, snakes, or whatever kind of pets they have? Also ask if you can see pictures or if you can see the pets in the Skype interview. Personally for me, I don't mind pets really, depending on what kind of pet it is. For example, I don't mind cats, but some people cannot live with cats. They do not like cats whatsoever. So you need to know this, because you don't want to move into this house and find that they have 3 cats while you are maybe allergic or you are afraid of cats or whatever the situation may be. So ask about their pets. And me personally, I like dogs, but it depends on the dog. I like small dogs. Big dogs, I'm scared of big dogs. So ask your host family what kind of pets they have, and if you can see a picture, or if you can see them in a video. That way you will know just how comfortable you are or you will be living with that animal. So next, ask about the food. What kind of food do they eat? Are they vegan? Are they vegetarian? Do they have any allergies? And do they mind if you eat certain things that they don't eat? For example, I had an Aupair friend who lived with a family that did not eat cheese. And because of that, they did not even allow her to cook cheese. Car usage. Ask, is there a car for the au pair? Firstly, are you expected to drive? Secondly, is there a car for the au pair, specifically for the au pair? If not, will the parents share their cars with you? Are you allowed to drive while you are off duty? So if there is an au pair car, whether it's your car or you're sharing it with the parents, are you allowed to use this car when you're not working? And also ask about the public transportation around that area. If you're not allowed to use the car while you're off, is the public transportation good? Because if you're not allowed to use the car and the public transportation is crap, then you gonna struggle. Also ask about the Uber, plus minus how much is the Uber from, let's say, your place and like the closest mall or church or whatever, because sometimes you find that the Uber is like maybe $5 and you're like, I don't mind, I can do this. But other times you find out that the Uber is $30 to $40, which is what happened to me with my first family. Sometimes my host family wouldn't be able to take me to the train station, and the bus was okay during the week, but during the weekend it wasn't as good, especially on Sundays. It only ran twice. It ran in the morning, I think around 8, and also in the afternoon, I think around 6, which was like it will run by once in the morning around 8, I think, or 9, and then in the afternoon around 6, and that was the only bus on Sunday. It was done after 6. So these are the kind of questions you want to ask, because you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you are stuck at home. You can't visit anyone because there's no way of getting there, or if you want to get there using Lyft or Uber, it's uber expensive. And if your host family is okay with paying for your Uber, like maybe setting out an account for you and dedicating like maybe $50 a month for you, or $100 for you a month or whatever, then that is worth considering. Also ask about the gas in terms of the car. If you are allowed to use the car, do you pay for your own gas, or does the host family, will they pay the gas for you? Because some host families really don't care, they'll pay the gas and you can just go wherever. And other host families are like, when you're off you can use the car, but you need to pay for the gas, or whatever the situation may be. Also ask how far you can travel. I know certain au pairs that were only allowed to travel within maybe 30 kilometers around their house. Anything further, they couldn't do it. So ask that as well. Next, curfew. Ask about the curfew. Do you have a curfew? And if you're an older au pair like me, when I moved to America, I was 25 years old. When I left, I was 27. So if they have a curfew for a 27-year-old, it's kind of like, really? I'm not a child. But remember, you are living in somebody else's house. They have rules, you need to respect the rules. But also, communicate. If they say they have an 11 o'clock curfew, ask them, can we keep it to 11 o'clock, maybe Mondays to Thursdays, but on Fridays, especially if you're weekend off, can I have no curfew, or can we move it to 2 a.m. or whatever? Obviously, you're not going to be out clubbing, partying or whatever every night, coming home at 4, 5 a.m. every day, right? So tell them once in a while, if I go out, is that okay? Discuss these things with them, because once you get there, you are there. Next question, sleepovers. Are you allowed to have friends to come and sleep over at your house? Friends or family, are you allowed to sleep out? Obviously, when you're off, I think it should be okay, because it's your own time, it's your free time, you are an adult, but bring it up, find out, because you don't want to find yourself stuck. Okay. Next question, do you have any cameras in the house? Both my host families had cameras in their house, in their homes. I did not know. I didn't ask this question because I never thought to ask it. When I moved to my first host family, they had, as far as I'm concerned, they had 2 cameras in the kitchen and in the living room. And I was shocked because I'm not used to that. I felt like the cameras were there to spy on me. That's probably not even the case, because you find that the cameras were there long before you were there, and you find that the cameras are there maybe for security reasons. But ask nonetheless, do they have cameras? And if yes, where are the cameras situated? Are you okay with them having cameras? And how many cameras do they have? With my second host family, when I first got there, they had a camera in the kids' bedroom, a camera in the kids' playroom, a camera in the living room, and outside. But as the months went by, they started to add more cameras. I think it was for security reasons. So ask and see how you feel about that. Next question, vacations. Ask your family, do you have any vacations planned? Ask your host family, how much do you travel? And ask them, do you travel with your au pair? Also, if they will travel with you, do they expect you to pay? Or are they gonna cover that? And are you gonna go there also to work, or just to hang out with them on the vacation? And you want to ask this because I know of some au pairs that really, really would like to go on vacations with their host family. I mean, it's nice to go on a free vacation, honestly speaking. But other au pairs are like, I'd rather stay home. So ask and tell them if you want to go along, tell them that when you have vacations, it would be nice if you could ask me if I would like to come along or not. And sometimes also au pairs, it's okay if the host family wants to go on vacation alone. Remember, their whole life does not revolve around you, and you also should have a life outside of your host family. But I think host families, it's nice to ask your au pair, do you want to come along? Or if you're going on vacation and you can't bring them with, let them know. Next question. Ask them, how does dinner time play out in your family? Do they sit down and have dinner together as a family? Or do they have dinner in separate rooms, like maybe the mom in the office, the kid in her bed or his bedroom, the dad is probably not even home during dinner? Or what is the situation? Do they all sit down together, eat dinner, and have conversations? For me, both my host family had dinner together. So every night we will sit together and we will talk about everyone's day. How was your day? We'll go around the table talking about how our day was. I liked it. I enjoyed dinner. This is when we'll sit down with the kids and find out how school was and how things are going, and whatever we need to discuss, we will discuss it there. And other times I wouldn't eat dinner with them because I felt like as a couple they did deserve to have some me time, or alone time rather. So I would not eat dinner with them. Maybe I'll go out with a friend and they can have some time to themselves. But most of the time I did have dinner with them, and then I will help clean up after dinner, and then I will move to my room so they can have some quality time. Remember, these people are still in a relationship, so you cannot be a third wheel. Wow. Sometimes excuse yourself. Next question. Ask about the kids. Do any of the kids have special needs? If any of the kids have any special needs, can you handle it? If not, then do not get yourself in a situation where you're going to find yourself frustrated later on. Ask about the child's special needs, like what do they need? How is a day like with this child? And, how do they behave and stuff like that? And also ask if any of the kids have allergies. Whoa, my first host family, one of my host kids had a lot of allergies. She had a nut allergy, a dairy allergy. Those are the two that I can remember at the top of my head, and they were pretty severe. So you need to know this and you need to remember this, because if you're going to be cooking for your host kids and your child is allergic to dairy, you don't want to be pouring milk in your dishes or grating cheese in your dishes or whatever, and find your child now having an allergic reaction, having an episode or whatever. And also ask, what happens if an episode occurs? If there's an EpiPen, they should teach you how to use an EpiPen. They should equip you in case there's a case. So ask. Also ask your host family, what are your expectations for the au pair? What do they expect you to be like as a housemate? Do they expect you to clean? Do they expect you to wash dishes? Do they, things like that. Personally, I treated my host family's home like my home. So the things that I would normally do at home, I would do at their homes. I will take out the trash. Sometimes if I see that the house is a little upside down, I will pack up, and tidy up. Sometimes I would even mop because I wanted to, because for me the house was dirty and I wanted it to be clean. I was helping out. It's not that you're being used, or it's not that you're the maid. You live there, so act like it. If you're expecting to be treated like family, then become family. Clean up after yourself, for sure. Be an adult. Do your laundry. While your laundry is finished, pack it. Don't leave your laundry in the laundry machine and now someone who wants to use the laundry has to come and call you. Be like, hey, come get your clothes. So, be pleasant guest. Because you do live there for like a year, maybe 2 or whatever. But at the end of the day, you are a guest, Another thing about the pets. Ask what they expect of you regarding the pets. Do they expect you to feed the animals? Do they expect you to walk the animals? Because sometimes host parents expect too much in terms of their pets. Remember, host parents, these are your pets. They are not your au pair's responsibility. If your au pair wants to help, it's because they want to help. But don't force it upon them. For example, I had an au pair friend while I was still an au pair, and her host mom told her that they were going to a Broadway show and they invited her to come along. She was so excited until her host mom came back and said, oh, I'm sorry, you can't go because someone needs to stay home with the dog. So my friend had to stay home with the dog, take it out for a walk, feed the dog, take it out to pee outside and all of that. Some people don't mind, but make sure that your au pair doesn't mind. So do ask your host family if what they expect of you regarding their pets, because sometimes they might have expectations that you are not expecting and that you are not okay with. So discuss it there and there before you match, before you move. You make that big move to America, and then the next thing you find yourself in rematch because you are miserable because of certain situations that were not cleared out beforehand. And last but not least, last question. Ask your host parents if you can talk to their last au pair. If your host family has had au pairs before, ask them to talk to the au pairs. Ask the au pairs what the situation was like living with that family, and ask them these questions too to see what their answers are, because sometimes host families will answer things and sugarcoat things. So ask the previous au pair questions about classes. Where did they take classes? How did they obtain their 6 credits? And also ask your host family about classes and schools that are close by, because you need to obtain 6 credits. Ask them. Ask your host family and ask the previous au pair and ask other au pairs about where you can obtain your credits. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for coming back. I am so excited for the next video. Go to the description box and you will find links to my other videos that I've done that might be of interest to you. Well, I'm gonna leave it here today. It's all love from me to you. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Until next time.